Will, Matt, firstly, go ahead, please.
Ollie, that wasn't the sort of day we quite expected the singing team with that, but hard fought. How do you guys feel again in place of it day one?
Yeah, not necessarily the way we're used to kind of going about putting together a first innings, but I think 250 for 4 is a pretty good score, I think, at the minute. Obviously would have liked some more runs, but I think the nature of the surface and I think the way the Indian attack bowled as well was pretty good throughout. So I think, yeah, it's a day that we'll take. Obviously, we've had to adapt the way we do play, but hopefully it's a score that we can really kick on tomorrow and make it north of sort of 400 towards 500.
Was that discussion? Was it an obvious one? Just looking at?
Yeah, I think the pitch looked pretty good. We knew there'd be. I think that first sort of 2 hours there was a fair bit of movement. So you can always look at it in two ways in England, but I think the nature of the way the series has gone, the pitches have deteriorated throughout, and I guess this with another week of sun on it could be the same. So if we can put ourselves in a position over the next few days to really make that count coming into the latter end of the game, then it will definitely be the right decision.
I know you weren't out there, but is there anything you can tell us about Ben's injury? It looked quite worrying for you.
Yeah, I've not even seen him, so I think your guys' guess is probably as good as mine at the minute. But yeah, fingers crossed he can do something magic and come back strong.
And just quickly, have you ever seen ladybirds or flying ants?
No, I haven't actually. No, that's a first. So proud I've got that today.
We've got the front here, then we'll go Vish and then Stefan, please.
So there was a lot of chat around that. This is pre-baseball era, classic cricket returns. You guys have any kind of, from Combox to even Indian captain was saying certain things caught in the stump mic, and then everyone telling you guys, specifically the players, that come on, where's the baseball era? So do you guys focus on these kind of things? And the second part is, were you surprised the kind of turn Jadeja got on your dismissal, and how do you see this wicket panning forward in the upcoming days?
First question. The baseball. Yeah. I think it's something that as a team we're trying to be better at adapting the way we play. Of course, we would have liked to be 400 for 4 after a day, but the surface didn't allow that at all. I think that it's quite a slow surface, and like I said, the Indian attack did bowl well. They held their lengths well today and didn't give us much at all. So it's something that we're trying to keep developing as a team and realise when's the right time to kind of press the button and get on the attack, and when's the time to try and absorb some pressure. So that's something we're constantly working on and trying to get the balance right. And then your second question. Oh, yeah. I kind of, with a slow pick and straighten, it did turn slightly more than I kind of expected. Still pretty annoyed when I got out with the shot I played, but that's, I guess, when there's sun beating on the wicket all day, you're going to expect a little bit of turn. And throughout the game, if we can put ourselves in a position, it's a long way away coming into the fourth innings, and fingers crossed it is turning nicely. But there's a lot of cricket to be played between now and then.
We'll go Vish at the back, and then Stefan just in front. Go ahead, Vish.
Hi, Ollie. You probably don't know this, but that's the second longest you've taken to get to 30. I was just wondering, tactically, what were you thinking? Were you kind of more than happy to be out there for time rather than worried about how many runs you had?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't really ever feel. I don't think it's going to be a pitch where you kind of feel in really good rhythm. Well, today didn't feel like that anyway. So for me, I was kind of just trying to make sure I just ebbed and flowed in my innings. Look, I'm frustrated. I'm not with Ruti, not out overnight. But if I can sort of adapt my game and fingers crossed as this innings goes on, it's an important one for the team. And that I was just trying to read the situation, really. I think before lunch felt like the pitch was kind of quite spongy and tennis bally with this, and it was swinging nicely as well. So there are certain areas and certain shots that were pretty high risk. So for me, I was just trying to play the percentages and didn't really hit many gaps. So it was slower, and it's something that I'm working on in my game as well, not just making sure I score my runs in quick style, is also when the time's right to absorb some pressure, absorb it, and then hopefully next time I can kick on and make it a big one, even if it does take a little bit longer.
You didn't advance down the pitch at any point. I know sometimes you do that. Was that a choice because of how the pitch was playing? You couldn't trust it.
Slightly. I did it once, and then it can sort of mess up their lengths a little bit. But for me, I think it's something I've not done as much over the last year or so, mainly because I feel like I'm sort of just trusting my defense a little bit more. I don't feel like I need to kind of try and hit them off their lengths the whole time. So for me, it's just, if I do feel like the pitch is nipping loads one day, that might be the time to do it. But yeah, for me, it's just trying to back my defense and try and give myself the best chance of building an innings, especially early on.
Also, that's the last one from me. Sorry. Was it a conscious choice for you to face so much of Bumrah's 5 over spell as you did? Like, took a couple of singles off the side of the over.
No,
chickening out.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I don't think that would be a smart, conscious choice of me. So no, it wasn't a conscious choice, but I think he just hit a pretty good area, and I guess with the field was up, and yeah, I couldn't sneak down to the other end. But yeah, and Ruti's good at nicking the ones like that. But no, I think he bowled really well, and you've just always got to be switched on. So it wasn't a conscious choice, but I was happy to try and absorb the pressure.
We'll go Stefan, Rory, John, and then we'll finish here at the end.
Ollie, you guys have taken some flack on occasions for the way that you was committed to attacking options, maybe in difficult conditions. What does today say about the way that this team is evolving and I don't know, maybe maturing, the way that you all collectively really knuckle down?
Yeah, I think for us, it's just about getting better as a team at reading situations. Sometimes it might be that you see some more aggressive shots on a pitch that's really moving around and nipping around, because that's your best way of putting some pressure back on the bowlers and trying to get them sort of to stop them doing what they want to do, and that's just bowl 6 balls at the top of off every time. So I think for us, it's just about reading the situation and working out what's your best way to kind of put a bit of pressure on. So for us today, I guess the main threats were the ones that kind of nip with the slope and stay a little bit lower. So I think the main priority for me when I was trying to build an innings was, I guess, covering that. And then, so yeah, it's something that we're trying to get better and better as a team. And obviously a test against India, they're always going to test you in those kind of situations. So yeah, it's just trying to adapt.
Ben called the pitch last week subcontinental, suggesting that doesn't necessarily help you guys. What did you make of the pitch today, and were you surprised by it?
Yeah, I don't really know what I made of it, to be honest. Look, I think it was pretty clear what we do want in a pitch, and I guess that is just some pace and carry to really bring our sort of swing bowlers into it, and that's made pretty public. And I think somewhere Lords is, we're trying to sort of work out exactly what it was like. So yeah, we'll see, I guess, as the game goes on. And if it deteriorates at all and does become that kind of slightly more subcontinent style pitch, whether that happens or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess it'll be pretty obvious after the next 3 or 4 days how it goes.
Rory at the back, please.
Ollie, are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you haven't had the read on Ben's fitness at all, but as vice captain, might you have a job to look out for him, make sure he doesn't do too much, whether that be in the field or with the ball, and make sure he looks after himself the next few days?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like you said, I've not seen him since. So fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious. But yeah, clearly we've got a big test over the next 4 days, and we've got a big 2 coming up as well. So it is important to try and manage him, and yeah, we'll see how he pulls up tomorrow. But for me, yeah, that is partially one of my roles, is to make sure that he doesn't sort of push himself to a ridiculous place with whatever he's dealing with at the moment. So yeah, I'm sure the physios and medics will work with him to kind of lay out a plan, and then I'll help push him in the right direction.
One each from John, Mike, and then we'll do the one here at the end.
Is Joe the sort of guy who'd have a sleepless night on nice and
I don't think he's the best sleeper anyway, to be honest. I think obviously he would have loved to walk off 100 red. However, I think the bloke's got 36 of them now, so I don't think it'll be too sleepless because of that. I think his plans tomorrow will be definitely try and make it a monster innings. So yeah, he'll get his head down, I'm sure. But it would have been nice to see him get it. But yeah, he'll be looking at the bigger picture and trying to make it a monster.
So
you know if it wasn't ladybirds or ants?
No, I don't even know. I was in the changing room, so I've not. I
Ladybirds near the pavilion.
didn't even know why we had stopped.
Last question here, please. Just
Yeah,
wait for the mic, please. Wait for the mic. Thank you.
yeah, we've seen that England in the last few years they've preferred to chase. In fact, that's what they've tried all these years, at least the last few years. What made you bat first today, and how do you see this wicket behave in the next couple of days?
I think we're probably, I guess, we're not used to this 28-degree sun in England, and that changes how wicket plays. Normally, English pitches are probably at their best on days 2, 3, 4, 5, and they hold together pretty nicely. And I guess we're not as used to having just 5 days of sun, so that's probably. So we'll see as it goes on. How quickly it does deteriorate. I'm sure this pitch will hold together fairly well. And then fingers crossed when it comes for our last time to bowl, whenever it is, then hopefully it plays a few tricks. But that's a long way away for now. So yeah, I think with the sun on it for a few days, it might just sort of maybe get a bit slower and lower. But yeah, we'll see. I'm no pitchman.
Okay, thank you, Ollie. Thanks, everyone.